What's good, YouTube? FAIRDALE Kings coming at you again with another EA Sports College Football 25 event. Tonight, we're going to have number 4 Notre Dame taking on number 6 Florida State in the ACC Championship game. Kickoff is coming very, very soon, so we're working on getting that up and ready. Stay tuned. We'll have some coverage here very shortly. Kickoff slated for 7:15 kickoff.
What's up with all y'all true niggas? True is. Kevin Miller. This your motherfucking colonel. Of the motherfucking team. What's up, big boss, nigga? I got C Murder with me. LD, Silk the Shock, Big Mo, Big B, Noah, Big Man. We know limit soldiers. Big Pope, we know limit soldiers. Mr. Servon, we know limit soldiers. We know limit soldiers. We know limit soldiers. We know limit soldiers. So bitch, get your mind right. Can't enable. Bitch, get your mind right. Duggery. We know limit soldiers. All y'all motherfucking true soldiers.
Nigga, I'm busting me lows, but I'm hitting them down with jokes. Y'all niggas on the road, got your hoe on the scope. Bitches watching me, jocking me, niggas blocking me, cocking, cause I'm the hardest motherfucker. Out here rocking, I got the game in shades, got the niggas in blaze, I got them hoes on the raise, because the nigga getting paid. I got niggas from coast, slinging my dope. Got niggas in G's and rolling keys to record stores, get paid with fatals. Niggas hard and tails, niggas turning the tails, but niggas living like potatoes. Get chopped up in games, niggas running my name. Master P up in chain, Izzy Davies is ain't trusting, I'm a soldier. That's why niggas ain't trusting no bitch or no nigga, hoe or no sucker, fiend or no clucker, but ready to hustle with boulders, bigger than your shoulders, running from the rollers, gone on that doja. Cowards despise, soldiers we ride, killers with attitudes but ready to die. Cause chickens get plucked, hoes get fucked, turkeys get stuck, and niggas get cut. Ready for combat, my gat with my whole head, strapped with my crew and my niggas in all that. Down for whatever, niggas straight rowdy. Ask anybody from America, they'll tell you we bout it. Soldiers out there tank, bustin', don't think. Lose your life if you blink. Fucking with them soldiers on that tank, cause we know limit soldiers. I thought I told you. We know limit soldiers. I thought I told you. We know limit soldiers. I thought I told you. We know limit soldiers. I thought I told you. We know limit soldiers. I thought I told you. We know limit soldiers. I thought I told you. Let's get ready to rumble. Them niggas stumble. Hit 'em with like a blow bucket.
Waiting for them to get logged in. Should be an entertaining game. Notre Dame has been on a streak, boys. They lost to Ohio State early in the year, and since then, they've been taking it out on everyone else. They've been phenomenal on both the offensive and the defensive side of the ball. Florida State lost too early and has rebounded very well. I'm going through the schedules right now as we're waiting for both gentlemen to get logged in, get everything situated, but just reviewing Florida State. They lost the opener 17-14 to now number 1 Alabama. That was a game, to be honest, that Florida State was up 14-0 and threw 2 terrible interceptions in the third quarter, which changed the whole momentum and complexion of the game. Coach Brandon was able to take advantage of that, kicks a field goal late to win 17-14. Heartbreaking loss for Florida State. High hopes for that team. They were ranked number 3 in the country in the season opener. A lot of expectations from this team. Some pressure early in the year they didn't actually respond very well to, so they've dropped the opener playing number 1, now number 1 Alabama. In week 2, they have to bounce back, and who's their opponent? Defending national champion, current number 2, Ohio State. And that game was an absolute thriller. Goes to overtime, and Ohio State makes a stand, stops the 2-point conversion, and wins 29-27. So you're looking at 2 losses this year by Florida State. They lost by 3 after leading 14-0 to the number 1 overall seed. are number one overall team in the country right now going into the playoffs. And then they drop a heartbreaker in overtime to number two, Ohio State. So I'm sitting here. Let me just make sure these guys stream the game. Waiting for you, Bray. All right. So hopefully we get in here and he gets this up and running so we can get some coverage of this phenomenal matchup. And then when you looks like he's getting logged in right now. That's going to be beautiful. Let me go ahead and drop that. Getting us some coverage here. There we go. Join the lobby. So anyway, getting back to Notre Dame, and they've had a great season, great year for the Irish. Reflecting on their schedule, they lost 48-21 to number 2 Ohio State in week 5, but they rebounded, beating Texas, who has been phenomenal, beat them 27-14, turned around the next week and played another user in Utah and beat them 28-0. So they're coming into this game on an 11-1 record, 8-0 undefeated in the ACC, similar to Florida State. So both these guys are undefeated in league play. And we're going to get the ACC Conference Championship game coming to you guys from Charlotte, North Carolina. Looking forward to this matchup. This is the first time that these two competitors from the ACC will actually be facing off. In 2 seasons of league play, they have not been matched up once. So this is the first time that we're going to see these guys compete head-to-head. It's going to be entertaining. Look at Florida State breaking out the new forms. If you guys aren't aware, EA dropped the patch today. There's been some updated uniforms, and this right here, good googly moogly. Look at Florida State sway coming out there in the baby blue, paying tribute to the Seminole Nation. Gotta like it. Now you got Notre Dame coming out in their traditional, those gold domes coming out, white tops, wearing the gold pants. Notre Dame is coming out ready to get started. These guys look ready. The Leprechaun is ready. Florida State with the tomahawk chop. The fans are ready. Let's have kickoff. Let's play some football. Looks like Notre Dame's going to be kicking off. Florida State's going to be receiving. Nice kick. That's going to be deep into the left. Be the right corner for you guys at home watching. Florida State's going to take the touchback. They're going to scrimmage from the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the nose coming out. Look at the matchup, though. Notre Dame's averaging 443 yards a game compared to Florida State's 323. Notre Dame putting up 5 touchdowns a game compared to Florida State's 4. And we know very well Notre Dame can play some defense. Coach Bray can play some defense. Florida State coming out in the I formation, so it's I right. They're just going to run a inside zone to the right, pick up 2 yards, but that running back had an ungodly little boost as he exploded into the hole. He just was bottled up there in traffic. It's like running through traffic on I-95 in Miami. You ain't going nowhere. You can sit there and have a Lamborghini, but if you're stuck in traffic, it ain't going fast. It ain't going nowhere. Notre Dame with the stop. That's a 2-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 8. Florida State and single back close. They're going to play action. We've seen this play, and that's been picked off. Interception by the Irish, hustling back toward the goal line. They're going to get stopped, but they're going to have the ball on the 2-yard line. Florida State comes out after picking up 2 yards on first down and try to run the play action and hit the defense over top and surprise them. No one was surprised. Notre Dame, Coach Bray, leaning on this phenomenal defense, makes another stop on the defensive side. This team has come out ready to play tonight. That was Christian Gray Jr. with the interception. And there's Jeremiah Love. We've seen this guy. He was injured mid-season. Looks like he's back in regular season form, though. Jeremiah Love running the ball off the left side on a stretch play. Touchdown Irish, 7-0. We're less than 1 minute into the game, and Notre Dame has a 7-0 lead. That's going to be deep, and that's not playable. Ball's kicked out the back of the end zone. Notre Dame's coming out 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Looks like Notre Dame are going to make a couple adjustments here on the defensive side. Thought they were going to be in 2-3 odd. They've actually changed up the defense. He's coming back into that. Yep, there we go. Back to 2-3 odd. Florida State coming out in gun. 4 wide receivers on the field. Well, 3 receivers and a tight end. They're going to run just a simple inside zone to the right. Pick up 7-8 yards. Going to be a gain of 8. Roydell Williams. Nice carry from the Florida State running back. That's been the issue. Anytime that Florida State's played a human opponent, they've played a user, they have struggled with interceptions. They've run the ball well, but when it's time to throw the ball, they've made some bonehead decisions, and they opened up the first series with it. Here you go, back to single back close. Going to run a stretch to the left. There's a lot of room over there. Oh, what a move in space. He's going to get a block downfield. This is going to be a touchdown. Jalen Lucas is going to take it to the house. That's a house call. Jalen Lucas with a 67-yard run off the left side for a touchdown. Nice run from the back. He's got 95 speed, so he gets out in space. He is going to be ghosting. You saw that. He's got takeoff, and he just took off. 67 yards to the house. Notre Dame's going to go ahead and wave the flag back there, say we'll scrimmage from the 25. Start their second offensive series. I don't know if you want to call it second. They ran 1 play for 2 yards on their first drive. This will be their first drive, though, starting deep in their own territory. In a 7-7 tie game here in the ACC championship game being played in Charlotte. Going to get some motion. Going to be a jet to the left. Picks up 2. Honest play. Don't know if that guy was actually a burner, but Ruffin's going to run the ball to the left side and pick up a couple yards. Brings up 2nd and 8 for the Irish. Ruffin, that receiver, he's got 65 catches on the year for 1,323 yards and 17 touchdowns. Kind of looked like he was running quicksand, so I don't know if he's dealing with some injury issues or not, but he didn't look like a burner on that first play. The true freshman out of Hilliard, Ohio. This is Jeremiah Love off to the left side, going to pick up 7. He is an impact player, stud, All-American candidate. He's been the backbone of this Notre Dame offense for the last 2 years. This year for the Irish, he ran for over almost 1,200 yards and 20 rushing touchdowns and only put the ball on the ground 1 time. Irish look like they're coming out right now in a slot. They got trips to the right with slants. Going to have a speed out to the left. That's wide open. Catches the ball, gets down, secures the first down. Jaden Greathouse with the catch for 8 yards for the Notre Dame product. On the season, he's had 38 catches for 740 yards and 7 touchdowns, but he only averaged about 5.5 yards a catch. So that right there is his bread and butter. He's the guy who's going to run those simple out routes, be a possession receiver, catch the ball, get down. Got an RPO look here. Let's see if they're going to do anything special. They're not. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Chicago, Midwest, Northeast.
Sorry about that. Had a business call I had to take care of. But as you guys see, if you're watching, Notre Dame was able to take that to the house and get a touchdown, finish the drive. Florida State's now down. They're in the hole 14-7 after that long run. See if they can answer. Their last drive was very nice. Two-play drive capped off by a 67-yard run by Jalen Lucas. Let's see what they do. They come out right now in pistol set. Lucas is in the backfield. He's just going to run a simple halfback slam to the right. Picks up a couple yards. Anyway, on that last touchdown for Notre Dame, that was Jeremiah Love again. That's his second rushing touchdown of the game. 5 carries for 66 yards. Very exciting running back. Very skilled running back from Notre Dame. Florida State comes out with the I left setup, but run the ball weak. Pick up several yards. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. We got a 3rd and medium here. Looks like they're going to be coming out in 11 personnel. Gun doubles weak, so we're going to have a running back and a tight end and 3 receivers. Florida State does love to throw the ball to tight ends and running backs out of the backfield, usually 5 to 6 yard passes. Underneath passes and let those guys run in space. Looks like Notre Dame's going to be geared up for that. They're going to be playing some underneath coverage, focusing on some hard flats. It looks like from the slot corners. Let's see if Notre Dame comes out in that same kind of look. Looks like Florida State's elected to go 5 wide. They're going to be an empty trio, so 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 receivers, but it's going to be an empty set. We'll see if Notre Dame's going to heat them up with that empty back and no one back here in the backfield. So it's 5 wide. Notre Dame's in the double mug. I know that EA kind of nerfed that today. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. They're going to lose a yard. Man-to-man coverage, just follow him across the field. Corner Monty Boyce makes the play. Tackle for a loss. Not a fan of that play. Got to give your guy a chance, and there was nothing there. Even though they were man-to-man, corner played that perfect, just trailed across the field, stayed underneath, trailing the play, didn't overrun it, and just made a great open field tackle for a 1-yard loss. Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love back deep. This guy is doing everything for Notre Dame. Returning kickoffs and punts. 2 rushing touchdowns today. Fair catches that ball just to make sure they get possession. Notre Dame leads this game 14-7. This is going to be their 3rd possession of the game. They're lined up in single back close. Going to motion over to the right. I think that's more eye candy than anything. He's going to run the stretch to the left, and sure enough, that's what it is. Jeremiah Love again with space. Makes a move. Nice little wiggle. Running down the sideline. Cuts back to the right. Going to be brought down, but not before he picks up 49 yards on the carry. Jeremiah Love now with 6 rushes for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. Damn near 18 yards a carry right now for the running back from Notre Dame. They are gashing this Florida State defense. Florida State now coming out in what looks like a 4-2-5 look. Single high safety. They're dropping back in coverage. I just throw the ball away. Don't risk it. There's a pass across the middle. That's, get rid of it. Don't risk it. Don't risk it. Them Cougars, especially the Cougar boys, love to throw that ball back across the middle to a waiting receiver in the middle of the field who runs one of them spot routes. It was open, just a bad pass when you run to the right, try to throw back across your body. Going to get a cross buck here. Jeremiah Love running to the left. They fake the jet, run the zone to the weak side, pick up a couple yards, brings up 3rd and 6. Might get the speed option look. Going to maybe run the speed option to the weak side. Looks like we're going to get single back gun wing to the left, single back over here to the right. Very well could be option right. I don't like the numbers game. Going to flip the play. Maybe audible out of that, get to a pass set. Something more accessible. Going to run the speed out to the right. He's wide open again. Loves that play. This time it's number 2. Pulling down the catch over there on the right side. That's going to be Krishan McCray. He's a transfer from Kent State University. This is his first year. Coach Bray picked him up in the transfer portal. He was a stud in the Mid-America Conference. He was a MAC first team all-conference last year. I had him highlighted in one of my preview videos talking about teams to play, 1-star teams to use, and he is an absolute burner. Wasn't necessarily used very much this year with Notre Dame. Had 32 catches, though, but only 4 touchdowns with his unique abilities. Jeremiah Love's going to run the ball to the left side. He's actually going to lose 4 on that play. Florida State finally making a stand down here inside the red zone. Let's see if they get a little bit more aggressive. They've got the back of the end zone and play as an extra defender. You can kind of heat up some people. That'd be at least my philosophy is you can want to bring pressure down here. You almost concede you're going to give up a field goal. So right now you got to start bringing some heat, maybe get a sack, turnover. Speed up the quarterback's thinking. You don't give them all day. They're going to run a stretch to the right. Maybe could have took another step to the outside. Try to cut it up the middle, though. Zach Yoakum. Nothing on that play. And look at the clock. I mean, right now, Notre Dame has 6 first downs, and they've had the ball for 5.5 minutes in this first half. Florida State, with just 1 first down, had the ball for less than 2.5 minutes. The yardage disparity, 132 yards to 80. You guys are just joining us right now. It was an early turnover by Florida State on their second play of the game. Trying to run a play action, was picked off. Returned all the way to the 2-yard line where Jeremiah Love was able to answer and put it in. Florida State on their second drive has a long touchdown by Jalen Lucas. Notre Dame answers right back, though, with Jeremiah Love again. And that's what I was talking about, guys. I just alluded to that fact. You've kind of conceded that you're going to give up points. And Florida State brought the heat there. That was a play action. Coach Bray likes to run that. Sneak the running back out into the flats. This is a pretty fast meter. Let's see if he has the capability of slowing this down and knocking this through. And sure enough, he does. That's going to be a good kick, 41-yard field goal. The Irish are going to take a 17-7 lead late in the first half. You would think Florida State's got to get some kind of points here. I mean, Notre Dame's going to get the ball to start the second half, so Florida State has to come away at least with 3, but they can't turn it over and give an opportunity again for Notre Dame to put points on the board. They've got to be methodical in their thinking. Maybe run the ball for the next minute and a half, see if they can put one in the board. And I say that, and they're coming out in 5 wide. So, no risk it, no biscuit. That's the philosophy. They're going to count on their passing game, and let's see what they can do with it. Got a guy in motion. He's going to run a crossing route. They're running the mesh concept. Nice pass, pick up 8 yards. Good defense, though. Florida State's going to stay in that cover 2 look. I know that for a fact. He's going to keep everything in front of him. There's the hard flats I was just alluding to. He's going to play hard flats with 2 guys over top. Linebackers coming flying up. This is just a straight cover 2. It's not even a Tampa 2. That is just a straight cover 2 look by Notre Dame right now. They're going to put those guys over on the outside in hard flats and keep everything in front of them. And they believe that Florida State doesn't have the depth to throw the ball on those deep corner routes, which would expose this defense. Florida State coming out in a 2-by-2 look. Looks like Notre Dame's going to bring some heat here off the left side as well as the linebacker. Throws a quick ball to the out. Oh, wow. Knockout. That guy had knockout ability on him. Able to come up and knock the ball out. This should have been a first down. This ball hits the guy in the hands and just gets absolutely blown up. So now Florida State has a decision to make. They're going to go for it. 4th and 1, backed up here. This is a huge play in this game. Whew, makes a move in the hole, but he fumbles the ball after picking up the first down. Florida State takes the risk, gets the first down. Heartbreaking turnover, though. This is just jaw-dropping that you're able to securely pick up a first down, make a move, but man, Notre Dame comes out and hit sticks him, and he just smacked him. He smacked him in the mouth and the ball came out. That guy is, wow. Soft. S-A-W-F-T. Soft. Good googly moogly. Hit him with your purse. Guy fumbled the ball. Anyway, Notre Dame has the ball. Now that's Jeremiah Love again with another carry. It's about almost 10 carries this first half. Coach Bray's got to be feeling good. Doesn't want to risk this, though. He's going to at least get 3 out of this. Here comes the screen. We ought to call this the Kugel screen because every one of them run this play, and that's between Senior and Bray. If it's passing situation, you're going to see the screen. If they need something, speed out by Bray. Number 2 favorite play is the screen, and Senior, buddy, that's his offense as far as passing is concerned. Jet pass and screens. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though. They both highly successful. Let's see if we get an RPO. RPO's wide open. RPO's wide open. He's going to take it to the house. He takes it the distance. Ruffin. Rocking the baby. That's the number 1 receiver, boys. If y'all haven't watched this Notre Dame team play, Alani Ruffin, true freshman, is balling this year for the Irish. Balling. 77 overall. Don't let his numbers get in the way. This kid's a very talented receiver for Notre Dame. And he's got he's got a little bit of quickness and wiggle in him. He's got 96 speed, so the boy can play. Got a shifty ability, got double dip, got takeoff, got layout, got recoup, fan favorite, mental, winning time. I mean, this guy has every ability there is. He was a gem. Great pickup by the Irish. Only thing that sucks is he just has normal development. So not going to sit there over the course of his career, pan out to be a superstar player. But for what he has, the talents he already has with the abilities, phenomenal player. Oh, he got down and fell, but googly moogly, Notre Dame went for the pick and missed it. He just stayed on his feet. He caught the ball and maybe was able to manipulate his way down the sideline, but he takes the possession catch, goes down. There's 28 seconds to go here in a half. Florida State only has one timeout remaining. Going to have to get rid of the ball. There's the angle route. Running back's going to catch it, but that might have been better off dropping that ball. You pick up 3 yards, but look at all this valuable time that he's lost. He's already lost 15 seconds for a 3-yard gain. That's going to be a pass to the sideline. Incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds. Florida State's going to need at least 15 yards here to put themselves in manageable field goal range, which is doable. He's got 9 seconds to get 15 yards, call a timeout, kick a field goal. He's got to get this to at least a 2-touchdown game going into halftime. That's the bare minimum if he's going to have any kind of chance in the second half. He's going to run a screen, makes a man miss. He's got to get down, use that timeout. 3 seconds to go. Oh, there it is. Timeout. Okay, I thought we was just going to let the half run out. Like, you know what? I'm just going to sit here and take my ball. I'm going to go home. But anyway, he used his timeout. We've got 1 second. This is going to be a monster of a kick. I mean, this is a monster of a kick. 56-yard field goal. He absolutely unloads on it. No good, just short. Some of y'all heard that before. I ain't gonna call that no name, but some of y'all heard that before. Just a little short. Halftime score: Notre Dame 24 and Florida State 7. Notre Dame's going to get the ball to start the second half. They're going to go ahead and wave that hand, get the ball on the 25-yard line. Looking at this right now, Notre Dame has forced 2 turnovers, and the Noles have not forced any turnovers. So right now it's +2 Notre Dame, and winning the turnover battle is always going to be a key in this, and that's what Coach Bray will tell you. During pregame interview with him, he said, you've got to win the turnover battle if you're going to have any kind of chance, and he's going to lean on his defense, and right now his defense has helped him out tremendously, and he's getting a little bit of something from his senior leadership at running back in Jeremiah Love. There's another run by Love to the left side. Going to pick up one. That's an honest run. Murphy for the Irish, this middle linebacker is beat to hell. He's -9 speed, -12 tackle. You got to get this cat out the game. I mean, if you got those kind of numbers, you're already -9 speed, -12 tackle. Dude, he's got to go. You got to put him on the bench, coach. Got to put him on the bench. You've got to notice that. This guy's going to kill you on the defensive side. Them big hog mollies for Notre Dame is beating the hell out of him, and it's wore him down. And he's not going to be effective on the defensive side. See right there, he just can get outrun. Get outrun to the side. You see Love, 12 carries for 122 yards. Man, they got some guys here that are beat up on the Irish. Love, got to make sure he gets through this game. He wants to be able to play in the playoffs for sure. He got beat up there mid-season. But they've got a couple backs. Very competent backs for sure. There's the halfback Will. He's going to run the tight end. Great play out of that gun close look. That mesh double Will. Great play in that Georgia playbook. Runs it effectively too. One of the better playbooks on the game. Georgia and Alabama's playbook has some plays that many of the pros use and love. I know there's several in this dynasty that are using Utah's playbook. Very run-oriented. But this Georgia playbook is pretty multifaceted. There's some nice run plays in it for sure. And enough pass plays that can keep your opponent off balance. Looks like we got a flood concept over here to the right. If he stays true to the play, doesn't audible to an inside zone. Which it looks like he's going to. That corner's playing inside. The out pattern's wide open. Missed it, missed it, missed it, missed it. He's going to be pissed when he goes back and reviews this film. I mean, the out pattern was wide open. Held the ball. But at this point in time, it's wiser to take the sack as opposed to changing the whole momentum of the game and throwing a pick if you didn't feel comfortable. Risking throwing the ball to the flat, maybe getting picked off if he couldn't read the coverage and didn't know exactly where the corner was at. So just hold on to the ball, take your sack, live to play another down, and hopefully put your defense back on the field and let them do work. Not a bad philosophy by any means. Looked like he's going to go back here to the speed option to the right. Read that end. There's the nice pitch. EA did patch the option, the speed option. Running backs are going to stay in better pitch relation. You're not going to have crazy animations where the ball gets pitched back 20 yards. He makes light of that. That's going to be a nice option. Picks up the first down on a 2nd and long. Read the pitch, man. Gets the ball out. Jeremiah Love in space. 13 carries, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Having a well of a game. Phenomenal player this year. Irish are looking damn near unbeatable. I mean, the last 3 times I've seen them, counting the Texas and now Utah, and then watching this game against Florida State, their last 3 opponents, human opponents, they have absolutely taken to the woodshed. This team is growing up right in front of our eyes. There's that famous will play. Wide open, outruns them down the sideline. Linebacker can't run down the field with him. Jadarian Price, 1 catch, 31 yards and a touchdown. Stays patient. Sat back there. Joe Cool back there, quarterback. This is what it seemed like anyway. Just sat back there and let the route develop. Threw the ball over top, let him have a chance to beat him, and throws a dot. Absolute dime down the sideline. Just sit there and shuffle out to the right, and just let the ball go. Finds a wide open running back. It's a 31-7 game with a minute and a half remaining in the 3rd quarter. Later tonight, we're going to have coverage of the Big Ten championship game. Got number 3 Oregon taking on number 2 Ohio State. Waiting for the special guest announcer to show up. So after this game's over, we should have that game soon to follow after. This Jalen Lucas, he's going to break. This guy's going to bust. He's made two phenomenal runs today. He's going to get caught there at the 12, but man, 11-yard line. That's another long run. This guy has 3 carries for 133 yards. Damn. I don't know what's... That's 3 rushes, 133 yards, and this guy's only scored 7 points. Good googly moogly. Jalen Lucas has another gear. Buddy, you got any years left? You want to hit that transfer portal? Not tampering. It's not tampering. Ah, damn. Jalen Lucas is going to be graduating. He's an All-American. 5'9", 175-pound back. They're going to give the ball here right up the middle. Pick up 7. Get down to the 4-yard line. Roydell Williams. Big, thick running back. Gets downhill. Going to put the nose inside the 5. 2nd and 3 at the 4. It's Notre Dame defense, though, still flying to the ball. Still flying all over the field. Florida State going to come out in I. It's going to be I right. Pinching the line. Florida State just going to run the ball right between the guard and the tackle off the right side. Roydell Williams, touchdown. Florida State. They said, we're not going down without a fight, coach. They haven't quit on him. I don't know if they're playing for the name on the front of the jersey or the name on the back. He was sitting there showing himself up there in the end zone. Buddy, you're down. Down 18. Quit sitting there patting your head, showing everyone the name on your back plate. Yep, and that gets stymied, shut down. Woo! Head. Look at that hit. Right in the backfield. Nothing happening. Florida State going to kick the ball off. They're hoping to get a stop finally. Maybe change a little bit of momentum, but it's been a daunting task today. They have not slowed down this Notre Dame offense. Even after Notre Dame gets sacked for a 15-yard loss, they turn around next play and run damn option and pick up 20. Maybe 30. Coming out in cluster. .45 quick base maybe to the left. We'll see what happens here. Yep, 45 quick base to the left. Could have bounced it. Read that block a little bit, just slowed down. He might still be running, but anyway, he picks up 8 yards. So 14 carries for 158 yards and 2 tutties right now for Jeremiah Love. Player of the game candidate. I mean, heck, you could probably give it to him right now. Just call him player of the game. He's got my vote. I'll tell you that. He's got my vote. Let's see. They're going to run a slot option. Whoo, let's see if he actually executes this. If he pulls this off. Nope. Quarter's going to end. End of the third quarter. Notre Dame 31. Florida State 13. We're in that bunch Y flex again. Going to be 11 personnel. Nice run. Watching that replay, that's a nice run. Picks up 8 yards. That big boy, 77, comes across. Just doesn't hit anybody, though. That's the only thing. He's got to put a hat on somebody. Oh, he shed. Shed right away. That's going to be a 5-yard loss. Huge loss. Florida State, Kelly with the big play. He's got a sack now and 2 additional tackles for loss. So he's got 3 tackles for loss total for the game. Grady Kelly's been playing very well for this Florida State defense. It's just the rest of the team has really struggled today doing anything. I mean, you see right now, 7 is getting pushed off the ball. 29 got absolutely pancaked. These big hog mollies from Notre Dame are impressive to watch. There's another sack. Number 7 is going to get back there. Marvin Jones Jr. Going to force the first punt of the game for the Irish. So he does get a stop here. See, though, if it's going to be a little bit too little, too late. So Irish are going to punt the ball. Florida State's going to return it out. Gets across the 45 where they're going to scrimmage from the 43. 1st and 10. They've got to score quick. I mean, I don't know about what I do, but Jalen Lucas would sure be a damn good candidate. 3 carries for 133 yards. I think I'd have to put the ball in hit guy's hands somehow. If it's swinging to him into the flats or maybe running another damn stretch play, I'm making sure that Jalen Lucas touches the ball, number 13 for the nose. He's in the backfield, dotting the I. They're going to run a stretch to the left. Nice cutback. That's Jalen Lucas. I'm not going to sit there and say that I see the future, but damn it, that's another 43-yard run. That is 4 carries for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jalen Lucas caps that off with a touchdown. We now have a 12-point game, and this one you want to go for 2. So now he's kicking the extra point. I guess make it 11. I'd have went for 2. Now you got a touchdown and field goal game. But anyway, this still makes it manageable. It's a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal game. So it's an 11-point game right now. But you got to go for 2 probably at some point. So I'd have taken a chance there, went for 2, tried to cut it to 10, so it just been a touchdown and a field goal. But then you know what you got to do if it's going to be needing 2 touchdowns or not. So I would prefer to find out sooner rather than later on what my options are going to have to be so I can manage it. But I coached high school football for 20 years and had that play card in my back pocket, so I knew all the situations and when you should go for 2 and when you shouldn't. So it's a matter of preference. Everyone's got their different ideas on how to attack 2-point conversions and when to use them. Out pass over here to the right. Eli Raridan, again, that's 2 catches for 39 yards. Runs that RPO action. That is a tough play to defend. I mean, he gets in that bunch and you got a lot of things to watch out for, but on a scouting report, I'd make sure if I got that one-on-one receiver on the backside, I'm putting him in man-to-man and probably outside leverage just to take that away. But it's a lot. I mean, with everything going on and all the different other stuff going on, you got to keep track of. Sometimes you get lost in that. It's easy to sit up here in a booth and make all these calls and adjustments. When you get into the line of fire and you got bullets flying, sometimes you forget about all these plays that everyone loves to run and the nuances to their game. And that's what makes this so challenging and so much fun as a coach. You got to be able to make adjustments and make plays on the fly. So here we go. Anyway, it's 2nd and 4. This is a huge series for Florida State. They have got to get a stop if they have any chance at all in this game. It's got to happen right now in the next 2 plays. They're going to have to bring some heat, bring some pressure. This is an RPO look. They're coming up in press. I mean, you just have to. They've got to bring some pressure. They're going to make a tackle for loss. Bray wants to. He can let this go down. I mean, I might actually have called a timeout. Looks like maybe they have, because you're going to have the 2-minute warning again to stop the clock. He's got to stop this clock before. And yep, he doesn't call the timeout. It's going to wind down. We're going to be at the 2-minute warning. 2-minute timeout, as they call it in college football. They don't want to identify it as a 2-minute warning and be like the NFL, but that's what it is. 3rd and 7. Let's see what Notre Dame is going to run. This is a play they ran for a touchdown before. You got to watch the tight end running the crossing route. That running back ran to Will last time and scored a touchdown as he beat the coverage, beat number 29 in coverage. Let's see if they go back to that. Number 9 running the crossing route, and there's the running back Will. There's the crosser. Number 9 gets banged up. Oh, good googly moogly. That was almost an interception. Punt the ball and play defense. Knucklehead, you got great D. Oh my God, there's no way he's going for it here. He's not going to run shot Will. He's going to punt the ball. He threw the ball right there. There's 2 defenders standing there. 2 defenders standing right. Oh, that's an interception all day, every day. What a risky pass when you've got an 11-point lead. Gets the ball away. It's a great, phenomenal punt. Going to have to fair catch it, take over at the 13. Got a long way to go and only 2 timeouts in his back pocket. So they're going to have to use the sideline, make the sideline their friend. Throw a couple balls deep down the field. Let's play clock's running down. We're under 5. I guess he's going to just let Jalen Lucas run the ball over here to the left. He's done it all night. Gets over to the left. Get out of bounds. Stop the clock. I mean, look at these backs. You got Jeremiah Love, 17 carries, 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Jalen Lucas, 5 carries, 187 yards. And he didn't get out of bounds, so the clock is running, but not a whole lot of clock is ticking away. He was able to pick up the first down. Running back coming across. He's got a crossing route. That's wide open. Get out of bounds. Okay, clock's going to stop for the first down. Right now, stopping the clock is more important than anything. If that means running out of bounds, maybe you pick up 3 more yards putting a spin on someone, but most important thing is stopping the clock and letting your offense regroup and get set. Now they're going to take a sack because they rushed. He breaks the first one, but there's a second guy to go ahead and knock him down. Doesn't get to call the play that he wants because he's rushing. If you just ran out of bounds, you could have got your offensive set, gave your player personnel a chance to catch their breath. He's going to get sacked again, heated up. 3rd and 24. Quarterback. Well, that's Notre Dame. Minus 16 tackle, minus 16 block shed, minus 16 finesse move, minus 16 power move. Good googly moogly. That left end is beat to hell. Whew. Gun empty trio. Let's see if he runs verticals here. If he's going to run 4 vertical. I mean, he's got to get 15, 20, maybe 20 yards to be able to kick a reasonable field goal and then hope he gets an onside kick and scores a touchdown. And there's the deep ball down the middle, and that's going to be intercepted. It looked like big old Robbie Kugel wearing 34 and in FAIRDALE colors making an interception. Leading tackler in FAIRDALE history, but no, that was Drake Bowen. That wasn't Robbie Kugel. Don't get it twisted. That guy's about 7 inches too tall for Robbie. Robbie's 5'5", 257 pounds. And 5'5", that's standing on the telephone book. Oh, Robbie Kugel couldn't jump that high. That's for sure. Don't get that twisted. Sorry, Robbie. I know you're catching strays, but you might not even watching the telecast tonight. I apologize, Lord. I apologize. Didn't mean nothing by it. Notre Dame, though, coming back out. They've got 11-point lead. They just got to run the clock out here. They've got guys wide open all over the place. They're going to throw the ball at Jeremiah Love. He's going to catch the ball on that wheel route again. Touchdown. That's going to be the cherry on top this Sunday. This game is over. If it wasn't already known to be over, it is over now. At this point, they're just playing for stats, making sure. I'd be benching players. Like, I don't want to get no one hurt. I've got a playoff game next round. Make sure your studs don't get knocked out. I mean, looking at right now, Notre Dame, they've got a defensive end who is a playmaker that is banged all the hell. '91 is wore out. They're in this double mug look. Look at the nose tackle. He is just wore out. They've just run this damn ball right down his throat. Knocked him off the ball. Irish coming out in the cover. Let's see, was that 3-3? He's straight heat. He's like, I'm bringing heat. Make a move, make a move, make a move. There it is. Picks up 11. Tick, 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 tick. Gonna hurry up. He's in that 3-3-5 mint. That's what I was trying to get today, Junior. Run that stretch to the left again. Gets outside. Nice blocks. Makes a move. Nice little wiggle. Jalen Lucas is an absolute monster. Monster. Phenomenal running back. Brings up 3rd and 1. Right now, like I said, this is all padding stats. Game is over. They're going to be an empty trio to the right. Straight man. They're going to throw the ball. Runs that quick zag route. Calls a timeout. Right now, I know the Irish are just checking. I know that they're supposed to nerf double mug today, but that was only the 4-man version where you can't pinch the line anymore. If you still run that 6-man pressure, it's a screen. 6-man pressure will still get home. We've seen that today. The Kugel pressure will continue to be effective unless you keep people in the block. We're going to get one more play. I mean, look at the yards. 175 and 127. Florida State putting up over 300 yards as well. They're going to kick a field goal. Let's work on the game. It's going to be a 56-yarder. For Pride, he missed two 56-yarders this game, but it is what it is. Nice game, guys. Notre Dame, ACC Conference champions, undefeated in the ACC. They finished the season with 1 loss, entering the playoffs. Florida State just took their third loss of the year. We'll see if that's going to knock them out of the playoff picture or not. It might be enough that just eliminated them from the playoffs. Currently, they were number 7 in the projected bracket, but that 7 had them winning the actual ACC title. But man, they don't have any bad losses. I mean, you look at Florida State, they've lost to the number 1, the number 2, and the number 4 teams. Nothing to hang your head about. Nothing at all. They've had some good games. Now, this is the worst loss of that bunch that they've taken. And Coach Bray has been on fire. I mean, absolute knocking it out of the park, on fire this year. Can't be mad at all. But that's the projected playoff picture going into the game, as you guys are looking at. That is going to change dramatically. Alabama, number 1 Alabama, lost last night to Texas. And now the projected ACC champ Florida State just lost to Notre Dame. So those names will be definitely changed on those lines. Texas will receive a bye into the quarterfinals as the SEC champion. Notre Dame should receive the bye as the ACC champion. Huge game tonight in the second game of the doubleheader. You've got number 2 Ohio State taking on number 3 Oregon. You would assume that one of those two are going to get the bye as well. So the winner of the Oregon-Ohio State game will have a bye. Texas will have a bye. Notre Dame will have a bye. And then we're waiting to find out what's going to happen with that 4th team. Currently, Utah is the projected winner, and maybe they've won already. I've got to just check. But Utah is playing in the Big 12 Conference Championship game. But one of the outliers there, automatic qualifier, is Liberty. Now, in real life, undefeated Liberty lost to Kennesaw State last night, who was winless. But at least in this video game world, you've got Liberty taking on Florida International this week in the Conference USA Championship in Lynchburg, Virginia. And Utah has won. So Utah defeated Iowa State. Utah is the champion of the Big 12. It's up to the voters, but they should get the bye as the number 4 automatic qualifier that's going to get the bye from the Power 4 teams. So anyway, that's going to wrap up this broadcast. We should be starting the Ohio State-Oregon game here soon. We're waiting on Coach Julio to show up. But this is FAIRDALE Kings. If you guys enjoyed the content of the video, make sure that you hit like and subscribe. Comment down below. FAIRDALE Kings